Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We are doing front splits today. In a previous video we did middle splits. It is perfectly okay to work on front splits and middle splits at the same time. So with that, let's get started. So we're going to start in a pigeon pose. So start in a kneeling position, walk 1 foot forward, and then lean your knee over. So your shin can be parallel with the top of the mat, or your ankle can be more towards your hip. It really doesn't matter as long as your knee is comfortable. So you can stay here or go ahead and go up onto the toes of the back foot and then just gently push off the ground. This is going to get more into your hip flexor. So hold for 30 seconds and then we are going to switch sides. And this is an intense pose, especially when you're first starting it. So if this is too intense for you, you can also do this pose on your back. So what you're going to do there is lay on your back, put your foot on the opposite knee, and then you're going to bring both legs into your chest with your shin parallel to your chest. All right, awesome. So we are going to go into a quad stretch next. So for this, you can stay here with just your back leg extended, or you can kick your back foot into your hand or rest your hand on your shin, whatever is more comfortable for you. And this is going to be a deep quad stretch. So hold here for 30 seconds and always remember, if we are stretching our quads, we need to keep our hamstrings and our glutes active. If we are stretching our hamstrings and our glutes, we need to keep our quads active. The reason for this is activating the opposite muscle that you're stretching allows your muscle that is stretching to stretch in a more safe way. So stretching our quads 30 seconds and then we're going to switch over, remembering to keep the opposite muscle active. This is why working on strength and stretch is important. And so next we're going to move into a pair of stretches, and these are really, I would say, the most important stretches to do regularly if you're working on your front splits. So what you're going to do is, from a kneeling position, walk 1 foot forward and keep it straight. So this is going to stretch your hamstring. So while doing this, push your knee into the ground by activating your quads. If you are not activating your quads in this stretch, you are at risk of hurting your hamstrings. And also, while you're doing this, your hips should be over your knees, not over your ankles. And so the opposite of this is leaning into that front leg and kicking the back leg up into your hand, or you can leave your back foot on the ground. You can also leave your hands on the ground if you're leaving your foot on the ground, just whatever is comfortable for you. So we hold these stretches for 30 seconds because that is the minimum amount of time needed to activate our Golgi tendon organ, and that is our muscle fibers. They need 30 seconds to be comfortable in a stretch. All right, so moving into the other leg, walk it straight out, hips over knees, and then you can stay here or you can fold your body over your leg. You can also have your torso straight up. Remember, really activate those quads and push that knee into the ground. And if you're noticing tightness on one side or the other of your hamstrings, just kind of push your hips, tilt your hips into that side that is feeling a little bit more tight. So the opposite is pushing into that front leg, and then we are stretching the quads and the hip flexors on the other leg. If your foot is on the ground, your hands can also be on the ground. Awesome job, guys. Remember to breathe. Stretching our hip flexors is also so important because we usually keep them bent because we're sitting all day. So sometimes just a nice hip flexor stretch makes such a difference in even like your posture. So next we are going to move into a lizard lunge. So from a plank, walk your foot forward to the outside of your hand, and you can stay there elevated off the ground, or you can tilt your knee towards the ground. If that feels comfortable, you can kick your back foot up into your hand, and if that feels comfortable, you can move towards the ground. So on the other side, you can stay here, push that knee towards the ground and stay there, or you can kick the back leg up, stay there, or you can move towards the ground. It does not matter what level you're at. Just be patient with your body and really listen to where your body is at. All right, excellent job. We are going to move into our splits. So from a kneeling position is how I like to enter my splits. And just push your leg forward. It does not matter if you can reach a full split. So if you are not able to go towards the ground, you can rest your hands on blocks or really just whatever is available. So while you're doing your split, remember on your front leg, keep your quads active, and on your back leg, activate your glutes and your hamstrings. So you should be like squeezing your glutes. And then after 30 seconds, because that's how long it takes our muscles to be comfortable, you can start to move in your split or try and go a little deeper in your split. And so in my practice, I'll hold for about 30 seconds, and then sometimes I'll rest my body here and I'll go into the split on the same side like 3 times or so. But in this video, we are going to go into the other side. So I showed this side second because most people have imbalances that you'll start to notice when you're stretching. One side might not be as flexible as the other. So on this side, my left hamstring is not as flexible as my right hamstring. And what I do to compensate for that is I spend a little extra time on my left hamstring in my own practice. I'll repeat stretches for my left hamstring. It is very important not to push the side that's tighter into as far as your other side can go. So just because you can do it on one side does not mean you have to be able to do it on the other side. All right, guys, hold this for about 60 seconds and feel free to repeat. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, let me know what is working for you, and thank you so much for watching.